In today's wrap-up, voters head to the polls in Nagorno Karabakh to elect a new president and parliament members. We'll bring you some of the important stories that are related to these unprecedented elections. These are the first direct elections in Nagorno Karabakh since 2015 and the first where both the president and the parliament will be elected simultaneously. Incumbent President Bako Saakyan, who has been at the helm of Karabakh since 2007, announced that he would not seek a further term. Currently, the favourites to win are former Prime Minister Arayik Harutyunyan, the current Foreign Minister Massis Mailyan, and retired General and Hero of Artsakh Vitaly Balasanyan. Overall, 12 candidates are vying for the top job in Stepanakert, with numerous political parties and alliances in the race for parliament. The upcoming elections are set to be the most competitive since 1991. On Sunday evening, an unprecedented presidential debate took place on local TV, where candidates exchanged jibes and accusations. They were all, however, united in their desire to work for a proper conflict settlement, as well as strengthening the army and economy to ensure Karabakh's independence. With a change of guard in Stepanakert about to take place, many have questioned whether the holding of a national election during a pandemic is really so wise. Vitaly Balasanyan and Massis Mailyan, as well as other presidential candidates, have called on the vote to be postponed. So far, no cases of Covid-19 have been reported in Karabakh, but the authorities in Stepanakert have already halted Armenia's residents from entering Karabakh for the time being. Election monitors and journalists will also have medical screenings before entering Karabakh, as well as before entering polling stations. The Central Electoral Commission of Karabakh announced that the voters will be provided with 5,200 masks and 10,400 gloves, which voters will be handed before entering polling stations. Furthermore, polling stations have been sanitized and staff will wear protective gear. Despite a United Nations call for a global ceasefire, which the Armenian Foreign Ministry applauded, several escalations have taken place along Armenia's northeastern borderline with Azerbaijan in the last 24 hours, one of which left a 14-year-old girl wounded. The Armenian Foreign Ministry condemned the incident. Moreover, the girl's condition is said to be stable. The European Union has released a statement on the Karabakh elections questioning the legitimacy of the poll. Calling the Karabakh elections the so-called elections, the statement went on to say that the EU does not recognize the constitutional and legal framework within which they are being held, adding that the elections cannot prejudice the determination of the future status of Nagorno Karabakh or the outcome of the ongoing negotiation process. The EU reiterates that it stands to further support efforts for a peaceful resolution. ＳիվիլՆեթ's team is in Nagorno Karabakh to cover the elections. ＳիվիլՆեթ's Tatul Hagopyan published photographs that show crowds of people who are apparently ignoring the risk of spreading the coronavirus. And finally, ＳiviLNet has interviewed President Bako Saakyan as well as several of the other presidential candidates, including Massis Mailyan and Arayik Harutyunyan, to understand their policies as well as their vision of the future of Nagorno Karabakh. People want more justice, everyone's equality before the law. There should not be privileged people in Artsakh, and they also want a separation between business and power. I would like to note that today we are facing great challenges. We must unite as a nation. I want us to be able to resist not only the epidemic but also the expected catastrophe, the economic catastrophe. And to do this in Artsakh, we need a legitimate government. The retiring president cannot remain indifferent to developments within the country. Naturally, I will try to be useful, not only to the authorities, but also to our homeland.